Hi, it's Las Vegas, Lori Ballen with Keller Williams Realty here, and I am going to show you a setup here that I'm doing inside KW Command for setting up lead routing. So I have a team here, like I said, Las Vegas. We also serve Henderson and North Las Vegas, and I like to round robin my leads to my agents. At certain times, and then there's also certain leads that I want to go to certain agents on my team, or maybe one agent is gone and the other agent's here, so I'm going to have them go to them, or maybe I have some a weighted plan where I want this agent to get 70% of the leads and this agent to get 30% because they're new, or those types of things. Well, what's really cool is that KW Command has now given us the option to do all of that right within our software. So if you are not a Keller Williams agent, there are options for round robining through your IDX provider, through your CRM, such as Infusionsoft. If you need help with that, reach out to my brothers over at ballenbrands.com, and they can help you with some of those options. If you're a Keller Williams agent, you're using Command, this video here is for you. So watch this. What we have first under lead routing is we have several pieces of the setup here. Okay, first is to have our agents entered on our team. Mine have shown up today, so I have my agents now showing up, and we're going to be able to set up strategies for, and that is, strategy is what do we want? How do we want the round robin to work? Do we want it to be a ball jump? Do we want it to be, what do we want it to be? So for example, I've got ball jump set up here. Let's set up another one. So create new strategy. Now we're going to do a round robin. So maybe I'll just call this strategy round robin. Okay, and then we can set up a time frame. Do we want our leads always to round robin, or do we want them to be custom? So let's just say always round robin and click create. Now, let's do one more. I think there was one more option on here. Let's do weighted round robin. Let's not do the weighted round robin. I'll come back to that. So you set up your strategies. We've got round robin, weighted round robin, which basically gives agents on your team a different weight score, which allows them to get more or less of the leads in the round robin. Okay, so you can do that. Basic round robin is going to rotate. So my first lead would go to Krista, the next one would go to David, the next one would go to the next agent on my team, or back to Krista, however that's working. Ball jump is my personal favorite, and ball jump is, hey, we got a lead, who's available right now that can grab it? Always been my favorite, because that way it's whoever is accessible, who can call that lead right this minute, because we all know web leads, you got to get to them within a few minutes or less, and so ball jump is fantastic. But there's also going to be times when I want to assign certain leads to only to Krista, or certain leads only to David. Maybe I'm doing a mail out, and I'm working with David and saying, hey, David, all of my direct mail that I'm mailing out to your neighborhood that you're geographically farming, I'm going to put to you. So how we do this is by creating a lead source. We're going to go in and create our lead source, or we're going to create a new route based on a lead source. So what I can do now is I can say, okay, my routes, let's go to routes, routes, whatever you want to call it, tomato, niche. All right, so we're going to go to my routes, and we're going to do create a new one. Okay, now I've got a bunch of lead sources in here that you may not see that are being populated from when I entered my leads in here. I've got lead source that I added. Okay, but let's just keep this really simple and just do something simple. Let's go down and say, okay, if there are any leads that are marked as let's do agent referral. Okay, so I get a new referral. I speak to the agent. I let them know that, hey, we appreciate your referral. And, oh, did I not save those strategies? You see, I may not have. I appreciate your referral, and I'm going to be having David or Krista call on that. They're the ones that actually work with the clients. I always let everybody know that, right? And then maybe I go ahead and enter the referral in there, and then I want to send it to David or Krista. Or maybe this is populating through KW referrals, and it's marked as an agent referral, and I want it to round robin to Krista and David. All kinds of ways we're going to be able to do this, right? So let me go back here. For some reason, okay, there's my strategies, but I did not see them showing up in the roots. So let me refresh this and see if it pops up. Okay, so let's say all leads that come in through Zillow, I want to go to, there they are. Okay, I just had to refresh. So any leads that come in through Zillow, I want a ball jump. Okay, or I can literally say all leads. All lead sources. Next, this will be really simple, ball jump. Okay. Next, now choose the agent. Who do you want it to go to? Okay. And maybe I want it to go to David and Krista, and the ball jumps are going to alternate between them. Now, in my case, Krista has expressed that she really just wants to work with referrals, so I would just turn her off. So now on this ball jump, if I've got multiple agents in here, it'll rotate between everybody, but not Krista, because she doesn't want that type of a lead, you see? So that works perfectly. So now let's just say I selected David. Now create new capture settings. So I'm going to click to create new capture settings. Now this is one of my favorite things about what they've done here. So we're going to create new capture rule. Now what this is now it's the rules that apply to the agent handling your lead after they've accepted the lead. These things have to happen now for that agent to retain the lead. This is what's going to keep your agents accountable. Guys, I run a referral model, which basically means I have a very unconventional model. I've been running an outbound referral type of team off and on for all of my real estate career since 2007. And I've worked with many, many agents that are not on my team to handle my real estate business. And they may be with other brokerages, they might be with Keller Williams, they might actually be exclusive to my team. I've tried different things. Right now I have agents that are exclusive to my team. And I've also had where I've referred out because either my agents weren't available or there was a specialty required that I needed somebody else to handle. And I've had to set up some pretty complex systems on Infusionsoft to handle that lead flow. Now we've got this in KW Command. So we can say response time. All right. Now, in my opinion, we need to be able to take that 15 minutes and make it way smaller. Because to me, I want a 5 minute. If I'm doing a ball jump, I want them responding in 5 minutes, because I'll keep adding agents until somebody answers that 5 minute ball jump, right? If you've got a team like that set up. But let's just say response time is 15 minutes, okay? Now, the accepted action means that your agent that receives the lead has to mark that they've called or that they've messaged or that they've emailed. You get to choose on your team what's acceptable. You might say they have to do all of the three within 15 minutes. Make a phone call, send a text message, and send an email. Any one of these three things, in this particular case, all of these three are required. Actually, I'm not sure if that's an all or an or. Accepted actions. Okay, any of these accepted actions. So they could say they emailed them, that would be fine. Phone call, that would be fine. Text message. But if you want to say they can only phone or text, then take email off. Okay? And then you can set this as a default. So now every time you set up a capture rule, that's what's going to appear. Click Save. All right. So now, when that lead comes in from, let's just say Zillow, I just happen to pick one of all things. I don't have paid leads with Zillow, but let's just say we do. any of those leads that come in, by default, they go to David. Ball jump, he has to respond within 15 minutes or it will go to the next person. So if I have David and Mark and Mike and Matthew, I don't know why all the M names, and they're all in there, and David doesn't hit the button, within 15 minutes it then goes to somebody else. This is why I think that time frame needs to be much smaller, because I want 5 minutes. If David can't get to within 5 minutes on a ball jump, I want it to go to Matthew, right? And start rotating there until somebody gets on it, because otherwise we're going to lose it. That's just kind of, especially if there's a phone number and they're sitting in front of a sign call or something. All right. But that's the basic policy here. Now we can do a new capture rule, and we can say within a day, and these would be things like, well, I don't know what it would be that would be a day. Let's just leave that one right there. We're going to leave the 15-minute one, okay? Now, another thing we can do here is agent settings, and this is really cool too. So we can find the agents on our team. So I have David. Now, click these little 3 buttons to edit. Now, I can set David up to say only receive leads that are buyers or only receive leads that are sellers. How cool is that? Love that, okay? I also can say only send David leads that are $1 million and up. So let's just say you've got somebody on your team that is a buyer's agent, but they only handle luxury properties. You could say only round robin leads to David, my luxury agent, if they are, I have to do it this way, 850 and up. Then we'll send it to David, right? And then transaction time frame is going to be under a month. So I am only going to send David my luxury leads that want to buy right now within a month. Those are going to go to David. Now, the nice thing about something like this is, let's say you've got a team that you're growing, and you've got David, who is a designated luxury specialist. He's proven in the luxury community. He's been with you for a long time, and those are the only leads that we want to send to David. We could send those to David. Where, let's just say we've got a brand new agent on our team, and we can say, all right, we want all the buyer leads to go to Matthew, and Matthew will take leads that are up to 300,000 because he's just getting his feet wet, and Matthew needs to get some skills behind him. So we're going to send him these types of leads, right? Because they got to prove they can convert if you're round robining. Now, this might be a case where you have ISA first, and then ISA round robin, ISA passes on from there. That's fine too. I'm just kind of showing you a bunch of options here. And I'm definitely not saying one is better than the next, okay? Now look at this. I can also say, oh, wait a minute. David said he only wants leads that are call-ins, okay? So I could go online and choose like only the ones that say call in or open house sign or something like that. Now the key is you're going to need to have all of your lead sources populating in here somehow, so that when that lead comes in, the system knows what the source is. Most of this is going to come from web leads, no doubt. And so let's say David and I have worked out a deal where he is paying part of the Zillow costs, okay? Or let's not go with Zillow this time. Let's say we're going to go with, I don't know, homes.com. And David has said, I really love the leads that come off homes.com specifically, and I'm either rewarding David with those leads because he's my senior agent, or maybe it's because David's helped sponsoring the homes.com leads, whatever it is. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is say all leads from homes.com are going to go to David. Okay. Now, the round robin weights, I actually listed this right here. Hold on, let's pull this up really quick. The round robin weight. Did I put it in here? Okay, didn't. So I need to attach what it is, those numbers. Let me see. KW command round robin wait. Okay, here it is. Okay, so, all right. If you have 3 agents on your team, they each get their own weight for this type of round robin. Agent A gets weighted weight 1, Agent B gets weight 2, and Agent C gets weight 3. So the first lead then would go to Agent C. The next lead would go to Agent B. Okay, and then round 2 again, if he's got a 3, he's going to get contacted first. Okay, so obviously 3 is the highest, and then 2, and then 1. Okay, I have 2 agents right now accepting leads, so I'm going to give him a weighted round robin weight of 2. But again, what I'm probably going to do is just go in and set up my route and say only send this to David. So then it doesn't actually round robin at all. But if you want to use the round robin for everything, then you could use the weighted. Okay. But if I only want leads to go to David and not to Krista, then I'm not going to use a weighted round weight. I'm going to use a lead source instead. So for example, Krista is very clear that she just wants to work referrals. So I'm not going to put her on a round robin for web leads if she doesn't want web leads. Okay, that's just how I work. I like the agents on my team to choose what their business looks like as much as I want to choose what my business looks like. So it works out well like that. All right, so we're going to say David gets buyers and sellers. David gets, we'll just leave David with all budgets for now. Transaction time frame is all of them. So I'm not even going to turn it, I'm not going to turn these on because all the lead types are going to go to David for now. Okay, and then whatever sources I want to include here, I can, that I want David to get leads on. And if I want it to just be all, I can just go down here and put all. They're not alphabetized. I would change that, and maybe we'll be able to. Okay, so David gets all lead sources. Weighted round robin weight is, he's going to get all of them, so it doesn't matter. So I'm just going to click save. Okay, and then Krista, let's edit her. She only wants referrals. So in her case, she'll take any leads, any budget, any transaction, but the source has to be referral, or I think I have agent referral in there as well. So sources, agent referral. I'll have to play with those. Okay, we get the basic idea, right? So we've set up our agents, we've set up our capture settings, we've set up our strategies, which I have round robin and ball jump. And then once again, all you have to do after that is just go into your route settings, choose, go to your routes, choose a new one, pick the next item on your list. There we go, agent referral, next. Round robin, I'm going to round robin those to Dave and Krista. Click next. Dave and Krista both get referrals. And then if I wanted them to be weighted one way versus the other, David 1 and her 2, or just even, or whatever, then I could do it from there and click next. Okay. Now, default, agents must accept and attempt to contact a lead within 15 minutes or, 15 minutes still seems to be the minimum. So we'll keep an eye on that. Hopefully we'll be able to change that. So by default, I'm just going to leave it to the 15 minutes or it'll be sent to the next agent. And I'm going to click finish. You know what I think I'll probably do for now? I'll set myself up as the agent by default so that if David doesn't get it, I know about it, and then I can decide what to do at that point. If you've got 3 or 4 agents, this is easy. If you only have 1 agent accepting that type of lead, then you need to know that they're not getting it. We'll keep an eye on how this works with notifications and whatnot. Now, I just set up, this morning, we just set up Zapier, and basically what we did is we said any new leads that come in from IDX Broker, which is through our website, funnel into KW Command. So now this is going to start here. I'm also going to go take a look and see if it has a way to mark it only with a phone number, because the way I'd like this to work is only leads with a phone number go to David. I don't want him messing around with emails. We've got campaigns for all of that. But I would like, if there's an active phone number, I'd like him to get the lead. So what I'll probably do is go in and see if I can tag it with the active field or an empty field or something like that, so that I know only to forward those leads with the phone number. So I'll make another video on that when I go back and look at it. That's another one of those advanced strategies. But for simple strategies, this is really cool. I did just send a lead to David to make sure that he can see it and share it. I will come back to you and show you what all of that looks like. Reporting has shown up again today as well, which is also really cool. It scores our database, and I'm going to make another video on that. I'm Lori Ballen in Las Vegas and Henderson, and I'd love your real estate referrals.